here they are, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Not much to say about them. Only that they are super hard to wire, especially these very small diodes here. The legs are not very long. Actually, on all of them, probably exception this one that is still having all the long legs. This will be the easiest to wire, but the rest, the other three, we will see. But so far so good. I made them all in one day. This I made it yesterday, and yeah, pretty much one per day. one module in one day. I hope I can finish this in one day as well, and hopefully start another one. Not many left, as you can see. Here is, you see, 4 and 4. The other 8 left. Yeah, slowly but surely. I'm almost at the half of it, of the project. Actually, it's a mini project, this one. It's a bigger, it's a small part from a bigger project. Yes, this is it about this part. All right, I think it's good to document everything, because even failures, because we learn from failures, I suppose. All the connections, I have to specify that all the connections here from the diodes to the rails are perfectly good, perfectly like that one that worked. You know, it's in continuation of that one that worked. I actually had a lot of luck to make it work from the first try without any issues, any problems. But this guy, number 5 is working absolutely fine by itself. And but when I'm putting number 6, also I had a problem on number 5 as well. But it seemed to probably it was touching something when it was like that in that shape. Because before this, I have to mention that I made it like that, full, you know, all 4 until 8, and I got a lot of errors. And I don't know how to show you everything in the same image. If I'm moving it, it's fragile there on the connections. I don't want to fuck it up. So let's see. This is 5. It says there, number 5. So counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from this guy should lit when that guy is lighting. So now it's lighting perfectly. And this is number 6. That is doing some funny business. You see. Also count here. Let's see here. Let's see when it's 0. 16, 0. This is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. This is not 8. This is 2 of them together. I don't know what it is. 12 or something. Let's say 16, 14, 13 or 14. And then is because I have this connections here, these bus wires, something, I don't know what. I checked every diode is okay, it's fine. When I'm checking it outside the circuit here, it's conducting one way and not conducting the other way. So it's pretty much like any other diode, is not doing anything you know, special. Hopefully, I hope they are not special diodes. Like I said before, I think I have some special diodes here. I really don't know what these are. So I will, that's why I made this little board, as you can see. I glued a stopper there, kind of. And I specifically designed it to be like this on 45 degrees angle, because the wires should go and not to have the problem of touching the other wires. And all the, it's very hard to see, but every wire that I'm getting from the legs of these components, from the legs of the resistors and the legs of the diodes, because this the 4 diodes. So here is better to see the 4 diodes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 resistor. Pretty much, I have all these 5 connections, and all the bands are like this, are not straight, are a bit curved. You know, like let me show you with my other head like this, because it's going like that, like a letter C, a little bit bent, not much. You know, not to be straight, because if it's straight at 45 degree angle of the board, it's having the possibility to touch the other rails. So bending the wire a little bit helped. You know, it helped me psychologically, knowing that nothing will touch, and it is not touching, because I did look everywhere. So far, I have this problem, and when I build it like this, in this form, I had the exact same issue that I have here, only that I had all of the boards there. And then I desoldered this board, this component that I had it with 5, 6, 7, 8, not this one specifically that I hold it in hand. This worked absolutely fine from the first try, actually. But this guy here, when it was like this, I desoldered this 8, 7 back to 6, like more than 10 times, and then I resoldered everything. Then I relinked, resoldered the wires, these wires that are going to the board, and test everything on number and stay in number, everything there. Of course, I played with the speed. Right now, I'm leaving it at slow motion a little bit, but to be able to actually to spot the errors, and that was a very interesting clue here. That the binary counting when it's reaching 8 is not making it, is jumping to other number higher than 8. I don't know which one, close to, I don't know, 13 or something. And yeah, that's, and also randomly is lighting on number 2, I think. 1, 2, see, 3 also, 4, 5, 6, on 6, as it should be, on 7 is randomly lighting. Is having some weird connections somewhere. So this, like I said, I had to desolder like more than 10 times, and it was a pain. I was thinking I was resolving the problem. I didn't. I even changed the diodes, some of them. Here on 5, I thought I have a problem on 5, and I didn't. Now when I'm putting it like this, in this shape, like I'm having it here, I don't have a problem on 5. I only have a problem on 6. So that's very interesting, and you can see the progress if you want to say it like that. I had to rethink the boards, pretty much the shape of the boards, to get out of the usual, from my usual way of doing things, and do it more explanatory like this. Very wide, very big. I don't like it big, this big. I like it compact like that. But if it doesn't want to be like that compact, I suppose this can be only a test board here to check the diodes until I find the good or the bad one, and check everything, and then make it like that. That's a solution. That's an idea that I have, like this being a testing board of some kind, like I did there. Actually, this is a testing board, a breadboard in this case, but all of them are new. Actually, all the diodes are scrapped as well, but they are kind of the same. You can see some yellow ones, but the majority are also one. So also 148 as well, the yellow ones, but I don't know why they are yellow. But pretty much is the same category of diodes, rectifying diodes, fast rectifying diodes. They are 50 volts or something. They are very low voltage compared to 1N 4007, or 4001, pretty much like that. So yeah, I wanted to show this little detail here. Okay, this is it for this part. Bye bye. All right, I made it work. The biggest problem for 5 and 6 only, I had to scratch my brain quite for some time until I figured out what was the real problem. And the real problem was this diodes. If you can see, let me actually put some light here. These two round diodes, they're 1 and 2, and here the same, 1 and 2. If they are conducting this way from the board towards the rail, they are okay. Is exactly what they are doing here. Here is the positive mark, because these are special weird diodes, only these round ones, but the rest they have the mark on the negative side, but these are having the mark on the positive side. This is how I scrap them. These are either Romanian or Russian or Bulgarian or Polonese, Poland, who knows, from 70s, 80s, probably 90s, I don't know, but very, very old style of making things, and pretty interesting, and I really like them. But for some reason, from the rail here, when is getting a positive here, and this is the base of the transistor, when is flowing, conducting the current from the rail to the base of the transistor, is creating some sort of errors, not only for the board itself, but for the entire rails, for the entire circuit, for the entire rail. The entire rails are getting messed up, including that counter that is resetting at some points. Yeah, because this round diodes are conducting from the rails towards the base of the transistor. In the moment I didn't put them, either of them, and not one, not two, conducting to the base of the transistor, everything worked perfectly. But it is working from this side, from this positive side, because the positive is coming through this rail, top rail, going through the resistor into this junction here, and then to this wire through these diodes to the rails. So it's very small current, and probably that's why they are okay here on the top, but not here on the bottom. I have no idea why it's working here and not here. But these are special diodes. I don't know how special, what they are made of. I really don't know anything about them, and I know they are scrapped, and that's it. But in the moment I put the other ones, it's working fine, and I'm absolutely very pleased. Let me show you the entire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This LED is a bit not that bright compared with this one. I don't know, maybe it's a transistor, you see, but maybe it's a transistor or the LED itself, but I don't care, really. I don't care if it's a bit dimmer than the other one. It's fine, probably it's the transistor. Yeah, probably I should change the resistor on the base and I will get a bit more current to it, or this 10 kilo maybe, I don't know. But I don't really mind. The now is not easy. It's not easy to solder everything to these rails, but it's way more better than before, than it was like this. Why? Because I can, for multiple reasons actually. Well, the biggest disadvantage of this kind of layout is big size. I don't like it. I don't like it because it's big size, but it's also having some extraordinary beneficial good things. It's having extremely good things making it like this. It's very slow, and I have to be very careful when I'm soldering everything. So it's a slow job that I'm doing here, very slow, but it's extremely visible. It's extremely you see it from the first glance. You just look on it and you figure out, that is on that rail, that is on that rail. You figure out the if it is a problem, if a wire is fall out, is not soldered good, you can spot the problems. You can see the problems. You can change the components quite easily. It's a bit weird. Also, very important. I never took out, once I put these wires, I never took them out, and I'm only plug out the negative or the positive power from the entire thing and plug it in back, and everything is starting from zero again. And this is very easy, and I have it plugged in into the circuit, and I'm seeing what I'm doing while I'm changing very fast debugging way of doing things like this. And yes, I'm very happy about the progress so far. I'm very happy that I figured out this little inconvenience and this little bug. And I'm very as you can see there, all of them are around, and even here on the bottom. And here on the bottom, I will have to test if all these boards will still behave normally in line with these ones. And if it's not, if it's by itself is working absolutely fine, with that circuit also it's working absolutely fine. But if it's not working fine with this guy in series, one after another, then I will suppose, if I will have problems or some sort of errors there in the counter, I will suppose it's this diodes here in the bottom, in the lower side of the when it's coming the current from the rails towards the base of the transistor, pretty much. And I will leave only that one that is going towards the rails. And probably I have two options right now. Either I will test everything and see it working here, and then desolder everything and make it as like this in this mode here, or desolder everything that I have already here and continue making putting it first. This will be the second, and so on. I have these two options that I'm thinking right now what to do because this is very good for debugging and solving problems pretty much that are occurring, especially with these weird ass components that I have, very problematic components that I'm working with because I want to get rid of them, and make something with them, something useful. And that's my plan, and I will finish it, I will make it. But now I'm start to question which is better, which one I should stay and continue with. We will see. I don't know for now. But yeah, this is it for this part. Thank you very much. So to prove to you that to prove to anybody that these diodes are okay, I will check them. This is set on diode here, and if it's short, it will blip and it will get 000. And let's check a normal diode here that I have. Just this is positive, this is negative. Okay, this is pointing towards the negative, so it should not work, and it's not working. I mean, not conducting in this sense from positive to negative. And now if I'm rotating it, should conduct and show 528 and 30. Okay, good. This is a normal one. Let's check this, guys, and you will see the same thing. So from positive, and I have to hit the right rail and nothing here. And for the other one, because they are linked together, also nothing. And the same here as well. Here and here on the leg. And now let's see the other way. So here to here, we have 544, and for the other one, 538. And for this guys here, 543. 550, 30 something. I'm not at 43. I'm moving my hands, probably that's why I'm getting weird readings. If I'm stable like this, 545. So it is conducting this way, good enough, but not in that way. So these diodes are perfectly fine, but for some strange, very strange reason, when they are here in the bottom side or there, they just don't like it. They fucked up everything. Very interesting. This is actually, I repaired it. At this point I repaired this module because of those errors I was getting. This is a reparation, right? So it's not only creating and making all this stuff, designing and prototyping all of this, it's also repairing, which is very shitty. It's very hard to do. I've also managed to burn a LED. I don't know. Probably I made a short over the diode, and the plus 5 volts got to the LED, and it burned the shit out of it. Unfortunately, one casualty, only one. But so far, yeah. So good. I do strongly believe everything should work is exactly like in the breadboard here. Even if the components are not 100% new, they have some stress in them. The transistors, the resistors, the diodes, the LEDs are brand new, so I don't say anything bad about them. But the other components are having stress from currents, high currents, probably where they function before. I don't know where and how. But yes, pretty much I have very strong belief everything should work fine, like it was with the new test there. And success, or bloody success, or deserved success. And it is counting absolutely phenomenally good. Finally, after only 1 day of work, only 1 day, it's not easy, I tell you. It's not easy at all. But it is more convenient and more visible like this. And it's very intuitive. You can see everything. It's very good to see everything, actually. And I think because now when it is too much light, these two LEDs are not very well lit. These two, but they are working. I should change. Here is 1 kilo, but it's not good to have 1 kilo. Only one, two, count to 2, 4, and 8, and probably 16. I'm not sure. I can add this 1 kilo, but on the rest of them, if I'm adding 1 kilo instead of 10 kilo, like I have already, you can see 10 kilo, and also 10 kilo here, they will give errors. It will fuck up everything. But it appears that for only for 2, 4, and 8, it's more forgiving to have this 1 kilo. But I will change it. That's why you can see that LED is so bright, because instead of 10 kilo, it's having 1 kilo here on its leg, actually, on the collector of the transistor. Actually, from its leg to it's actually true. This is the positive 1 kilo, the positive leg of the LED, and then the negative leg of the LED, and everything is the LED is kept low because of these diodes here, pretty much. And depends on the logic. When everything is 0 or something, I don't know exactly. This diode is pointing in that direction, and all these 3 here you can see. So that is the diode under the resistor there, and these 3 are pointing that direction, and that's the logic that is creating this number 8 to only count 8, to lit on the 8 count, pretty much. So it is working as expected. Finally, I'm really pleased, and yeah, I will see if I will. It's way more easy. Not easy. It's not easy, but it's more convenient to replace something in this configuration that I have it right now open. This is very open to any modification. If I have to modify something, this is absolutely perfectly awesome. So in the future, if I will decide to change the resistor to light the LED more brighter, or at least the same intensity, all of them, because right now it's like crazy. One is powerful lit, one is very powerful lit, and the others are meh lit, and you know. But yeah, it is actually counting in parallel with those 5, 6, 7, 8, and absolutely perfect, and is not fucking up the counter here. Remember those 2 LEDs when it was reaching 8 like this, it was fucking up the counter, but now it is actually counting to 16 perfectly fine, absolutely fine. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy with this board finally. But yeah, it took me 1 day to make it. Actually 2 or 3 days, because I tried that in that version, and trying it in that version, I had to desolder, try to figure out what was going on, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then another day only, I was thinking what to do next. And then in my sleep, usually I get not really when I'm sleeping, when I'm dreaming, but when I'm semi-awake, before awakening, I spend like 1 hour in bed, or half an hour, depends. And I'm thinking on my problems, and the brain is extremely fresh, and it's extremely performant. It gives 100% rendement on whatever problem I have, especially if I had a very good night of sleep. If I had a very good sleep in that night, and I'm not having any trace of being tired, so I'm totally fresh for a new day. That's the perfect time. And immediately after I find a solution, because usually I do find solutions in that state of meditation, if you want, but it's kind of sleepy, it's semi-sleep. When my brain wants to actually go to sleep, but my body is telling him wake up, because it's morning and you have to wake up, and my brain is still I don't want to really really right now. So in that moment, in that period of time, I'm starting to concentrate on my problems, and that is working for me absolutely fine. From when I know myself, I'm always doing this little trick with my brain. I'm using it instead of letting him using me, because he is kind of using me on all sort of bullshit. So that's the only time I'm actually using it perfectly. That's how it should work every time. But it's not, unfortunately. It's like a battery, it's freshly charged, and I give the maximum rendement in that time. And then after that period of time, I'm waking up, and it matters. It's extremely much, actually. It matters what I'm doing next minute after I'm on my feet. So the next minute after I'm on my feet, I'm not going to the computer, but I'm coming here to the table, and I start working, even if I don't like it. And after 1 minute, after 5, after 10 minutes of discomfort, if I'm feeling discomfort after all this time, probably half an hour, but rarely half an hour. It's kind of short time. Then I get used to it, and I'm getting into the flow, and I'm starting getting very good ideas on how to work. After 1 hour, after I'm getting awake and jumping directly on my table here, start working. After 1 hour, I'm starting to 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. Let's say 2 hours. After 2 hours, I'm starting getting tired. But in those 2 fresh 1 or 2 hours, I'm just boom, 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 boom. I'm giving maximum rendement, working this time. So that's a trick. I hope it will help everyone else that is having problems like I'm having here. And yes, this contraption this solution that you see here, Let me film it like this as well, because this is having something underneath, if you can see it, a piece of paper that I glued there to actually keep it there. But it is kept at this angle by all these legs and all these connections. But in the very beginning, when it was the first links that I put, it had to have a stop there to stay the same. In the, pretty much. This is it. All right. Thank you very much for this part, and see you later, alligator, I suppose. I'm very happy it is working. Fucking finally. Next, I will have to link this guy to this and see if it's some funny business, and then I will have to make all the permutations from 9 to 16 here on the breadboard and put this in series and see if it's counting from 1 to 8 on these boards and from 9 to 16 on that. And if I don't have any kind of problems, I'm good to go to finish all the project with all the boards that I have here with the yellow LEDs. And yeah, wish me good luck. So far so good. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye bye from Romania.